ต่อกันจากเมื่อวานนี้นะครับเมื่อวานผมก็จำไม่ได้ว่าเล่นหรือเปล่าใช่ไหมเล่นเมื่อวานใช่ไหมก่อนที่จะเลิกไปมันชักจะสับสนครับเหมือนว่าผมวุ่นวายไปทำอะไรไม่รู้เยอะแยะแล้วก็ลืมเลือนไปเยอะเหมือนกันหลักๆเลยก็เล่นอยู่ใน Overwatch นั่นแหละครับหืมHellfire Come on try meอบอบ Damn it. Where are you now Atlantis ใช่จะไม่ค่อยมีอะไรจะพูดแล้วผมเบื่อ ให้เก็บไปเรื่อยๆก่อนมันก็แค่ต้องใช้เวลาครับ Down. Under the sea, under the sea มันอยู่ตรงไหนของมันวะ ว้างขนาดนี้กูจะเจอไหมเนี่ยเจอแล้ว
Looks like all of them. We'll see what the researchers at Skyhold make of this.
ลิม Don't trust anyone. Oh.
That's some good armor.
Are you referring to me?
Some high-ranking women wear ornamental crap with tits hammered into it. One good shot. All that cleavage gets knocked right into the sternum. Real messy. Good on you for going practical.
I aim to please.
Leave something to the imagination.
Where are you now Atlantis ไฟวาโลลินว่ากูไม่เจอวาโลลินโอ้ไม่นะอย่าบอกนะว่า shit
He was trying to bind a spirit.
Valolin is dead
My brother out there. Tell him to return to camp.
I'm sorry, but I found your brother.
What do you mean, sorry? Where is he? No, he's not.
I have his belongings.
This is all that's left. Did you learn nothing else?
He was brave, trying to reclaim a relic of the Dalish.
You know, they always need to be brave and clever. He didn't have to prove himself. Clan loves him. Cowan loves him. I wish he'd understood that. Thank you for bringing me the news. Better than not knowing.
I found this talisman. I think your brother was looking for it. You should have it.
Lindarani's talisman. It exists? The sword, Evanura, was taken by Shens. But in the story, her talisman was saved and hidden. This means so much to my people. Thank you.
มันก็ไม่มีอะไรให้ทำแล้วนี่หว่านี่คืออะไรวะ
I don't believe it. You convinced the Keeper. He said I can join the Inquisition if I wish.
Keeper Howen has given you permission to join the Inquisition?
He has. I'll report to your camp in the south if that's all right.
Carry on, Agent.
Yes
I'll take my leave.
Before you is Service of the Minrathous Circle of Magi. You met him and his Venatori in the Western Approach. He admits to working for Corypheus, raising monsters, and using magic for conquest. He also used his connections to smuggle magical artifacts out of the Approach, without his master's consent.
Whether or not he's loyal to Corypheus has no bearing on his crimes.
I was hired by a third party. I've no loyalty to him. Might you find that useful, Your Worship?
I'm sorry, are you attempting to bargain with us?
Bargain? I plead. I throw myself on your mercy. I also have friends in Tevinter who owe me large debts. Leave what happened in the approach behind us, Inquisitor, and I can put them all at your disposal.
Liliana will assign agents to you. I expect them to inform me that you have been forthright. If you want redemption, you'll have to earn it.
I can more than pay my keep, Inquisitor. Thank you.
And what else did Lady Forsythia say?
That she'd rather drown herself than help the Inquisition.
Anything else?
She said she'd have us flogged alive if we allied with her brother.
That does sound like her.
Cheer up, Josie. We at least have her attention.
You always do find the brighter side of things. We are in the midst of cementing an alliance with Lady Forsythia of Navarra, Your Worship. It's become a somewhat delicate task.
Can I do anything to help negotiations?
Thank you, but I believe I have matters in hand. I dissuaded her from sending soldiers when she learned we'd struck an accord with a brother she's feuding with. Lady Forsythia simply employs a colorful manner of speech.
Dealing with so many demanding, strong-willed people can't be easy.
It's no less intense than my days at court, Inquisitor, I assure you. But I confess I do miss my staff from the Embassy Nativa. It was always useful to discuss the day's visitors with them.
I have time, if you'd like to review things with me.
I wouldn't wish to impose.
If it were imposing, I wouldn't have offered.
Well, I admit there are a few potential alliances it would be good to discuss. Right on the parlor floor, in front of everyone at the soiree. Who does such a thing in front of their guests?
The Duke of Kellington, apparently.
And then there's Cole's lurking. It frightens our guests half to death. Lord Gennard still won't respond to our letters. Then there's Dorian. The man refuses to take anything seriously unless it suits its whim. Not to mention... Oh goodness. Have we been here an hour already?
It went by so quickly, I didn't even notice.
You're far too polite. I didn't intend to go on for so long. You must think me quite the gossip.
Spending time with such an engaging woman is never unpleasant, Lady Montelier.
Goodness. I'm glad I haven't wasted your day. Well, I've taken up quite enough of your time already. Until next time, Your Worship.
certainly spared no expense.
Power 44ทำอะไรต่อขอ40มึงคือกูลงไปแล้วไม่รอดขึ้นมาทำไงวะเนี่ยเราออกไปเซฟไปก่อนครับ มันสามารถที่จะจบได้เลยไหมคือมันยังมีพื้นที่อีกหลายๆพื้นที่ที่เหมือน
That Dalish elf who joined us is eager, to say the least.
The Dalish possess great knowledge. We should be honored to have him with us.
16-19
With an illuvion, Corypheus could cross into the Fade in the flesh.
Indeed, the Inquisitor can attest that these artifacts still work, if one knows how to use them.
What happens when Corypheus enters the Fade?
Why, he will gain his heart's desire and take the power of a god. Or, and this is more likely, the lunatic will unleash forces that tear the world apart.
I won't allow it. I can't.
Indeed, should Corypheus succeed, do not doubt you would be first to feel his holy wrath.
Pardon me, but does this mean everything's lost unless we get to the Illuvion before him?
Corypheus has a head start, no matter how quickly our army moves.
We should gather our allies before we march.
Can we wait for them? We should send our spies ahead to the Arbor Wilds.
Without support from the soldiers, you'd lose half of them.
Then what should we do?
You overcome it, all three of you, together. Josephine, have our allies send scouts to meet us in the wilds. Liliana, your fastest agents will join them. Together, we'll have enough spies to slow down Corypheus' army until Cullen's soldiers arrive.
Such confidence. But the Arbor Wilds are not so kind to visitors. Old elven magic lingers in those woods.
We'd be remiss to not take advantage of your knowledge, Lady Morgan. Please, lend us your expertise.
'Tis why I came here. Although it is good to see its value recognized.
Any further instructions, Inquisitor?
The Inquisition began as a handful of soldiers. Thanks to you, we're now a force that will topple a self-proclaimed god. I could ask for no finer counsel, no better guidance.
I speak for all of us when I answer. We could ask for no finer cause.
We'll hound Corypheus in the wilds before he can find the temple or this Illuvion.
จ่ายไป40 power กูจะรอดไหมเนี่ย โอ้โหเริ่มสวยงามแล้ว
Inquisitor.
How goes the battle, Captain?
We're holding, barely. The Red Templars are fighting harder than ever with their master nearby. Our scouts saw Corypheus traveling towards an elven ruin to the north. We can clear you a path through his armies.
Do only what you must. We need enough people for a celebration when we get back to Skyhold.
We will not fail you, my lady, no matter what comes. Andraste guide you, Inquisitor.
I wonder, is it Andraste your soldiers invoke during battle, or does a more immediate name come to their lips?
We're in the middle of a war, Morrigan. Time is short.
If your scouts report accurately, I believe these ruins to be the Temple of Mathal.
Which is?
A place of worship out of elven legend. If Corypheus seeks it, then the illuvian he covets lies within. Let us hope we reach this temple before the entire forest is reduced to ash.
นี่มันฉากจบหรือไงกันนี่อ่ะตายเถอะมันดูยิ่งใหญ่อลังการงานสร้างอย่างเงี้ยไม่รู้ว่าเท่าไหร่นะ16มอริแกน20 16 เท่ากันหมด
With Orlais Imperial Guard joining us, it was never in doubt. Corypheus has been seen in the fray. Will you not consider moving further? The front line?
Dear Lady Montier, we cannot send our subjects where we ourselves fear to tread. All Zedas will see Orlais stand triumphant with the chosen Andraste.
As your majesty wishes.
Now that's a view. Get your blood going.
Listen to how close the fighting's gotten. It will be worse ahead.
If the soldiers aren't careful with their fires, they'll do Corypheus' work for him.
Do you sense the magic crackling? Something more powerful than the Red Templars stirs.
Reach the first blockade. ยังไงวะ
Wardens. They must be the last of those enslaved at Adamant.
If they are forced to obey him, death will be a blessing.
What?
There, ahead. An entire camp of Red Templars.
Watch yourself! Archers on the wall!
After all.
Perhaps these creatures are the reason you returned from the Arbor Wild.
deep breath Oh ho ho ho!
There. That must be the Temple of Mythal.
I hear fighting ahead.
They still think to fight us, Master.
These are but remnants. They will not keep us from the Well of Sorrows.
Well of Sorrows?
Be honored. Witness death at the hands of a new god.
Huh? บอสใหญ่ตายง่ายอย่างนี้เลยเหรอ
It cannot be!
Across the bridge! Now!
Hung hung.
At last, Mathal's sanctum. Let us proceed before Corypheus interferes.
You said Corypheus wanted an Eluvian, but he mentioned a Well of Sorrows. Which is right?
I am uncertain of what he referred to.
Could they be the same? Could Eluvian translate into Well of Sorrows?
No. It seems an Eluvian is not the prize Corypheus seeks. Yes, I was wrong. Does that please you? Whatever the Well of Sorrows might be, Corypheus seeks it, and thus you must keep it from his grasp.
Let's find this well before Corypheus's people do. I want to know how Corypheus returned to life. We saw him die.
And his life force passes on to any blighted creature, Darkspawn, or Grey Warden.
Corypheus cannot die. Destroy his body and he will assume another.
We'll find a way to stop him once we're done here.
'Tis strange. Archdemons possess the same ability, and still the Grey Wardens are able to slay them. Yet Corypheus, they locked away. Perhaps they knew he could do this, but not how.
It's sealed.
Corypheus's lackeys managed to open it. Perhaps the old... Yes.
Let's continue.
As you wish. Yes.
Are you certain Corypheus is using the power of the Blight to make himself immortal?
Perhaps you forget. I was in Ferelden during the Fifth Blight. I have seen a true Archdemon rage. How Corypheus gained the power to send his soul into blighted bodies, that is the real question.
Let's continue.
As you wish. Why would this be here?
Something wrong?
It depicts the dread wolf, Fen-Harel. In elven tales, he tricks their gods into sealing themselves away in the beyond for all time. Setting Fen-Harel in Mathal's greatest sanctum is as blasphemous as painting Andraste naked in the Chantry.
I'm afraid ancient elven heresy isn't exactly my specialty.
Nor mine. It's baffling.
For all your knowledge, Lady Morrigan, you cannot resist giving legend the weight of history. The wise do not mistake one for the other.
Pray tell, what meaning does our elven expert sense lurking behind this?
None we can discern by staring at it.
We can send for historians once peace is brought to this forest.
The inhabitants of this temple may not appreciate guests.
จะไปต่อได้ยังไงกันครับ
know what this part of the temple was used for?
The room we stand in is a vestibule, not the temple proper. To those who knew it, perhaps this ritual was little more than a polite knock at the gate. These customs must have been as familiar to ancient elves as bowing to a queen is to you or I.
I find it difficult to picture you curtsying to anyone.
Have we become so familiar you can predict my manners and customs now? Nothing is lost by indulging in the occasional civilized conduct, particularly when unexpected.
You said this Mythal was worshipped as a goddess.
So one assumes. What is a god but a being of immense power? The dread old gods were nothing more than dragons, after all. They rise as archdemons, and they die. Perhaps Mythal was a powerful elf, a ruler among her kind. History often plays storyteller, facts.
You admit lack of knowledge, and yet dismiss her so readily?
I do not dismiss her. I question her supposed divinity. One need not be a god to have value. Truthfully, I'm uncertain Mythal was even a single entity. The accounts are varied.
There are varied accounts of Mythal?
In most stories, Mythal rights wrongs while exercising motherly kindness. Let fly your voice to Mythal, deliverer of justice, protector of sun and earth alike. Other paint her as dark, vengeful. Pray to Mythal and she would smite your enemies, leaving them in agony.
More Dalish tales.
If you know more about this, Solus, speak.
The oldest accounts say Mythal was both and neither. She was the mother, protective and fierce. That is all I will say. This is not a place to store stories.
Whatever the truth, all accounts of Mythal end the same. Exiled to beyond with her brethren.
What do you mean, exiled?
Tricked by the Dread Wolf, as all the elven gods were said to be, trapped in a land beyond the Fade. Many Dalish believe this is why the elves fell from grace, and their gods did not save them. Or perhaps they were simply rulers slain by Tevinter. Who can say?
You've seen the elves here. They seem odd.
Indeed. Two things are possible. One, this is a group of Dalish separated from their brethren, cultists, fanatic in their desire to keep humans away. Two, these are elves descended from the ancients, having resided here since before the fall of Arlathan. The second appears unlikely, but if true, the implications are astounding.
If they keep records, it could change everything we thought we knew about history.
It is thrilling, no? To discover an era thought lost forever has possibly thrived in the shadows. We may, however, find these elves reluctant to part with their long-kept secrets. Yes.
Let's continue.
As you wish.
Completing the ritual ไหนวะ
It appears the temple's magics are still strong.
Is this Elven? Does it say anything about this Well of Sorrows?
Atisho vir Abalasan. It means enter the path of the Well of Sorrows.
There is something about knowledge, respectful or pure. Shiven. 'Tis all I can translate. That it mentions the well is a good omen.
At least we know the Well of Sorrows was important.
Supplicants to Mathal would have first paid obeisance here. Following their path may aid entry.
For a ritual to appease elven gods? Long dead or no, I don't like it.
If need be. Do not step any place you have stepped before. There can be no vacillation. This is where petitioners walked the path of their gods.
It is where they paid fealty to the gods. I have seen it, in the Fade. Only the Reverend were permitted to touch this ground, and only in solemn contemplation.
Circumvention. What?
Hold them off!
Come on, we might catch them.
Hold a moment. While they rush ahead, this leads to our true destination. We should walk the petitioner's path as before.
You forget that army fighting for us out there? Longer we play around, the more Inquisition soldiers die. There's a hole. Jump in.
In this case, I must agree with the witch. This is ancient ground, deserving of our respect.
You see the urgency? We cannot find the Well of Sorrows unprepared.
We don't know what's behind those doors. They might have a reason for going another way.
Had they the option, they would have proceeded. That must lead to their goal.
Their goal? Or yours?
There is a danger to the natural order. Legends walked Thedas once, things of might and wonder. Their passing has left us all the lesser. Corypheus would squander the ancient power of the well. I would have it restored.
I wasn't expecting your answer to be so romantic.
Trust me, your surprise is matched only by my own. Mankind blunders through the world, crushing what it does not understand. Elves, dragons, magic. The list is endless. We must stem the tide, or be left with nothing more than the mundane. This I know to be true. I read more in the first chamber than I revealed. It said a great boon is given to those who use the Well of Sorrows, but at a terrible price.
What exactly did that altar say about the Well of Sorrows?
Like most elven writing, it was insufferably vague. The term I deciphered was Halam Shivanas, the sweet sacrifice of duty. It implies the loss of something personal for duty's sake, yet for those who served at this temple, a worthwhile trade.
Did you not trust me enough to tell me about this price when you read it?
I hoped to find more information. If I intended to cheat you, I would have feigned ignorance entirely. My priority is your cause, but if the opportunity arises to save this well, I am willing to pay the cost.
And gain what?
That is what we must discover. The rituals may point the way. Will you abandon these rituals, Inquisitor? Think carefully. There is no return once we leap after the Templars.
Completing the ritual.
What's this?
I believe we are in the presence of the elven goddess Ondrul, Lady of the...
Or a goddess of sacrifice, according to some.
Truly? I wonder if that is why Ondrul's patron animal is the hare. It is said the Dalish invoke her before a chase, especially if they happen to be stalking humans.
Humans clash with elves all the time. There's blood on both sides.
I do not favor either. One hears things in an Orlesian court. Many Orlesian commanders consider skirmishes against the Dalish excellent sport. Yes.
Oh fuck!
Let's continue.
กูจะกระโดดแม่งเอ้ยมึงยังจะมันยากจังวะThe ritual.
Yes.
มึงอย่าให้กูคุยเลยสัตว์เอ้ย
As a ritual.
อ๋อว่าแจ้งเงี้ยยังไงวะเดี๋ยวผมดู YouTube อยู่แบบนึงนะไม่ไหวคือขี้เกียจวิเคราะห์เองละ
route, but I think there might be a good benefit to doing so. Currently, the puzzle I'm doing is one of the more difficult ones that has levers to lower gates that you have to activate while you're doing the puzzle. The goal of the puzzle is to light up all the squares by walking over them without walking over the same square. Hey, it's Lace, and I'm playing Dragon Age Inquisition on the Xbox One. I am playing the mission what Pride had brought, and I am in the Temple of Mithril. I am currently completing the 3 rituals. I've chose that route instead of following Samson down the hole. This is the longer route, but I think there might be a good benefit to doing so. Currently, the puzzle I am doing is one of the more difficult ones that has levers to lower gates that you have to activate while you're doing the puzzle. The goal of the puzzle is to light up all the squares by walking over them without walking over the same square twice.
Job สัตว์
Let's continue.
As you wish. Yes.
Damn it.
Let's continue.
As you wish.
That did something.
Indeed. Time to proceed to the next ritual, I should think.
Complete.
We are close. There is but one more path to follow.
What? GG easy, GG easy. หน้าผมพลาดตรงไหนวะไม่ครบเหรอพลาดตรงไหนพี่ What อ๋อเดี๋ยวนะมันรวมกันเหรอวะเนี่ย
Come, let us see if the doors have opened.
Come, join me. Disapprove. Uh-oh.
What was this chamber used for?
We're being watched.
Vernavis, you are unlike the other invaders. You stumble down our paths at the side of one of our own. You bear the mark of magic, which is familiar. How has this come to pass? What is your connection to those who first disturbed our slumber?
They are my enemies, as well as yours.
I am called Abelas. We are sentinels, tasked with standing against those who trespass on sacred ground. We wake only to fight, to preserve this place. Our numbers diminish with each invasion. I know what you seek. Like all who have come before you, you wish to drink from the Vira Belasan.
The place of the Way of Sorrows. He speaks of the well.
It is not for you. It is not for any of you.
Solus, perhaps he'll listen to you.
What shall I say, Inquisitor? Shall I sway him from a millennia of service by virtue of our shared blood? He clings to all that remains of his world, because he lacks the power to restore it.
We did not come here to fight you, nor to steal from your temple.
I believe you. Trespassers you are, but you have followed rites of petition. You have shown respect to Mythal. If these others are enemies of yours, we will aid you in destroying them. When this is done, you shall be permitted to depart. And never return.
This is our goal, is it not? There is no reason to fight these sentinels.
Consider carefully. You must stop Corypheus, yes, but you may also need the well for your own.
accept the Sentinel even bargain I don't trust them
I accept your offer.
You will be guided to those you seek. As for the Vira Balasan, it shall not be despoiled, even if I must destroy it myself.
No! Morgan!
This would be our guide?
Mytholanast.
That's helpful, since Morgan chased off on her own.
She seeks to protect the Well of Sorrows.
Okay. Please, somebody, yeah. What?ไปไงต่อวะคนนั้นมันหายไปไหนแล้ว Sentinel guide to the wall to the well เอ้ยไปไงต่อวะ ออโต้เซฟ28
This would be our guide?
Mytholanast.
That's helpful, since Morgan chased off on her own.
She seeks to protect the Well of Sorrows.
ตามไม่นี่ไปอ่ะเมื่อกี้ตัวนี้มันหายไปครับผมก็ไปต่อไม่ได้เนะอ๋อเขาเปิดประตูนี้ถ้ากูดันมุทะลุไปทางโน้นนะโอเค
This place looks untouched.
You have any idea how much this place is worth?
We did not come to cart off the last of elven glory.
I'm just saying.
Penshra, Hilas Velathan.
I believe she would prefer that we remain close.
Just a quick look around. Sentinels are holding off the Red Templars.
Vir Sumir.
Woo! Oh, หายไปไหนแล้ววะมึงอย่าหยุดดิ หมดภารกิจไอ้นี่แล้วมั้ง
Andraste, guide us.
That's something.
Fuck.
Tough bastards. A day's march, hours of fighting, and still fierce as dragons. The Chantry never knew what it was throwing away.
Samson, sir, watch out!
Inquisitor. You and those elf things don't know when to stop. We come to the back end of nowhere. And here you are.
Leading the Inquisition takes me to all sorts of interesting places.
You came too far this time. Corypheus chose me twice. First as his general, now as the vessel for the Well of Sorrows. You know what's inside the well? Wisdom. The kind of wisdom that can scour a world. I give it to Corypheus, that he can walk into the Fade without your precious anchor.
What's your part in it? What's a vessel?
What else empties a well? I'll carry its power to Corypheus. One more task entrusted to me. Being force-fed Chantry lyrium was good for something. This armor makes me a living fortress, mind and body. I won't forget a word of the well's knowledge. Corypheus will be unstoppable.
Corypheus already caused one disaster. Help him now and he'll rip the world apart.
I'm helping him reshape it. He's had centuries to make ready. You're no match for Corypheus. Even if you drink from the well, you'll never master its wisdom as he could. This is the strength that Chantry tried to bind. But it's a new world now, with a new god. I will bring Corypheus the well.
Dragon Age มันกลายเป็นเกมแบบนี้ได้ไงวะมังกรไหนอะนี่เลยไอ้พวกนี้พวกที่คิดจะยึดครองโลกไม่ต้องอยู่ในเกม Dragon Age ก็ได้มั้งสัน
pay for that!
แซมซอนตายแล้วฮะ
You cannot take it from Corypheus. You mustn't.
He's still breathing.
We can take him back to Skyhold for judgment.
You heard his parting words, Inquisitor. The elf seeks to destroy the Well of Sorrows.
So the sanctum is despoiled at last.
You would have destroyed the well yourself, given the chance.
To keep it from your grasping fingers. Better it be lost than bestowed upon the undeserving.
Fool. You'd let your people's legacy rot in the shadows.
Samson thought the well's knowledge was valuable. It could help stop Corypheus.
I care nothing for your petty conflicts, Shenlong.
You'll care when Corypheus arrives for the well.
The well clearly offers power, Inquisitor. If that power can be turned against Corypheus, can you afford not to use it?
Do you even know what you ask? As each servant of Mythal reached the end of their years, they would pass their knowledge on through this. All that we were, all that we knew, it would be lost forever.
This can't be easy, holding on to what's left.
You cannot imagine. Each time we awaken, it slips further from our grasp.
There are other places, friend, other duties. Your people yet linger.
Elven such as you?
Yes, such as I.
You have shown respect to Mythal, and there is a righteousness in you I cannot deny. Is that your desire? To partake of the Via of Elasan as best you can? To fight your enemy?
Not without your permission.
One does not obtain permission. One obtains the right. The Via of Elasan may be too much for a mortal to comprehend. Brave it if you must. But know you this. You shall be bound forever to the will of Mythal.
Bound to a goddess who no longer exists, if she ever did.
Bound as we are bound. The choice is yours.
Thank you for this gift, Abalas.
Do not thank me yet, Shenlong.
Malas amali nahalam abalas. His name, Abalas, means sorrow. I said, I hope he finds a new name.
You'll note the intact Illuvian. I was correct on that count, at least.
Is it still a threat? Can Corypheus use it to travel the Fade?
You recall when I took you through my Illuvian, I said each required a key? The well is the key. Take its power, and Mythal's last Illuvian will be no more use to Corypheus than glass. I did not expect the well to feel so hungry.
Let's not be reckless. I don't want anyone hurt.
I am willing to pay the price the well demands. I am also the best suited to use its knowledge in your service.
Or more likely to your own ends?
What would you know of my ends, elf?
You are a glutton drooling at the sight of a feast. You cannot be trusted.
Of those present, I alone have the training to make use of this. Let me drink, Inquisitor.
What training makes you so qualified?
I have studied the oldest lore. I have delved into mysteries of which you could only dream. Can you honestly tell me there is anyone better suited?
I don't know who's better suited, and neither do you.
I have the best chance of making use of the well. For everyone. Let me drink.
You're not concerned about the price? Bound forever to the will of Mythal.
Bound to the will of a dead god? It seems an empty warning. Perhaps a compulsion yet remains. Who can say otherwise? I do not fear it, even so.
Are you sure you want this, Morgan? We don't know what will happen.
We do not, and yet it must be done. I am ready.
It's yours. Morgan, are you all right?
Elasin Salah. Pisan Allah. I am intact. There is much to sift through. But now we can...
โคตรบอส
The Illuvian! Through the mirror!
หนีทำไมอ่ะทำไมไม่สู้วะจะได้จบกันไปไงกลับไปตั้งหลักก่อนอะแล้วเมื่อไหร่มันจะจบ
It is done.
I'm pleased to report we won the battle, Inquisitor. When you went through that mirror, Corypheus and his archdemon fled the field. I'm not sure why.
What he wanted was no longer within the temple.
Perhaps. He spent so long trying to get into the temple, he probably couldn't have helped his forces by that point.
Then Corypheus is finished.
If he is wise, he will hide and rebuild his strength before he attacks again.
He will not hide.
Meaning he will attack us directly, at Skyhold.
Not necessarily. But neither will he remain idle.
And how could you have such insight into his plans?
The Well of Sorrows held many voices, and they speak to me now from across the ages. They hold wisdom, secrets I never dreamed possible. But even they fear what Corypheus has become.
Should we fear him more than his army?
Possibly. Luckily for you, he has a weakness. The dragon he calls is not truly an archdemon. It is a dragon in which Corypheus has infested part of his being. He doubtless did so out of pride to emulate the gods of old. That pride can be exploited. Kill the dragon, and his ability to leap into other bodies is disrupted. He can be slain.
You're sure? If there are no bodies for him to jump to...
You assume there is a limit to the range of his power. There is not.
Then what do you propose? Killing the dragon is no simple task, if it could even be found.
There is a way to defeat the dragon, to match Corypheus in his power. The well whispers it to me now. Your help will be required, Inquisitor. Speak to me when you are ready, and we shall begin.
I'll see to Skyhold's defenses in the meantime.
The final piece.
It comes swiftly, this moment that will be spoken of for ages. The day the Herald of Andraste challenged the Darkspawn that thought itself a god. Defeat him, and you'll be more than a holy woman to the people. You'll enter legend.
I couldn't have come this far without the Inquisition at my back.
And there is the modesty people respect. People joined the Inquisition after hearing you were blessed, but they've stayed because of how you bleed. I wanted to tell you that I shared their sentiments, Inquisitor, and... well, I suppose I just did.
You've always been there for us, Josephine. And for me.
It means much to hear you say that. Farewell, my lady. When you face Corypheus, may you walk in the light.
โอเคฮะเดี๋ยวแป๊บหนึ่งนะ The final piece โอเคฮะคือผมไปค้นหาดูว่ามันจะเหลืออีกกี่มิชชั่นที่เราจะต้องเล่นครับเมนมิชชั่นนะเมนเควสตามเรื่องนะครับก็พบว่ามีทั้งหมด11เมนเควสนะครับซึ่งไอที่ผมกำลังเล่นนี่คือมิชชั่นที่10แล้ว The Final Piece นี่คือที่10ก็คือใกล้จะจบแล้วครับโอ้โหผมดีใจคือตอนแรกที่เล่นมาคือไม่รู้ขอบเขตไงไม่รู้ขอบเขตตัวเองว่ากูต้องเล่นอีกไกลแค่ไหนอะไรอย่างเงี้ยต้องไปอีกมากขนาดไหนมันดูไม่มีวันสิ้นสุดไงก็ไม่รู้ตอนนี้ก็รู้แล้วครับโอเคมันเหมือนกับแม่งเล่นไปไม่มีวันจบ ไม่มีวันจบสักทีเราไม่รู้ขอบเขตมันThe Punisher เฮ้ยโอเคพร้อมแล้วครับลุยต่อไอสถานที่นี้เอาไว้สำหรับเปลี่ยนเครื่องแต่งกายใช่ไหมเปลี่ยนส่วนหัวจำไม่ได้แล้วเคยมาอยู่ ไม่ใช่ครับunlock final door ตรงนี้มั้ง เดาไอ้ที่มันไม่มีระบุอะไรเลยใช่แล้วมั้งเนี่ยที่แบบไปกดแล้วกระจกแล้วเปลี่ยนรูปลักษณ์ได้ Inquisition camp and lace to recover your health โอ้จริงด้วยไหม
I have quite an extensive library on the history of forbidden
Mirror of
magic.
Transformation.
It's back there, somewhere. I think I haven't been able to turn my head to look for 2 centuries.
ตกลงอันนี้มันเป็นเอลฟ์เปล่าวะอันนี้คือไม่มีเขาแล้ว
As long as the job gets done, I don't care about the rest. Everything you've heard, completely true.ตัดเขาออกไปครับ อันนี้น่าจะเป็นอันแรกที่ผมเลือกนะมันก็จำไม่ค่อยได้ครับ
I liked your old nose better.
Okay. ดึงดำ
It all makes sense. I now understand the nuance behind elven words. The ancient lore reveals patterns I would never have suspected. It is exhilarating, the rush of images. Truth dangling just out of reach.
And that's good, right?
'Tis more than good. What I might recover of the ancient world now. None of which has anything to do with why I asked you here, of course. Earlier, I said there was a way to match the power of Corypheus, Inquisitor, and there is. We must summon Mythal.
Didn't you say that Mythal was long dead? Or a myth?
Whatever Mythal was, goddess, myth, or ancient being, the voices of the well say a part of her power lingers on. How, or in what form, I cannot say, but that power is exactly what we need. I must go to an altar in the wilderness to perform the summoning, and you must be with me.
You don't need me for some ritual sacrifice, I hope.
The altar could have a guardian or other surprises. Thus, your company would be best. Imagine what we will learn, Inquisitor. Some would give their lives to unearth secrets such as this. The altar awaits our visit, Inquisitor. Everything I have done since leaving Ferelden has led me to this. Think of all we will learn.
I'd like to know more about you.
If you have questions, then ask.
I'll leave you to the garden.
Of course.
Wow. Inquisitor. Oh. 15 นาฬิกากับอีก16 นาทีฮะแต่ก็ใกล้จบแล้วเล่นมาจนขนาดนี้แล้วอาจจะไม่จบวันนี้ครับแต่ก็รู้ว่ามันมีขอบเขตเท่าไหร่แล้วอันนี้เป็นมิชชั่นที่10ครับแล้วก็จะมีมิชชั่นที่11 Final Mission เจ๋อยู่เจ๋อยู่
This is the place?
It is. Look for an altar, ancient but still standing. There! Do you see it? Tis all that remains of the great altar. We few who travel far call to me and I will come. Without mercy, without fear.
Cry havoc in the moonlight. Let the fire of vengeance burn. The cause is clear. A very old invocation. Perfectly translated.
Why, thank you.
Could this actually summon an ancient goddess?
We are about to find out. Your companions will need to go elsewhere. Not to worry, if there is shouting, they will hear it readily enough. know who I am. From High Priest to High Priest, I am the last to drink of sorrows. Come to us, Mythal. Whatever you are, whatever remains, I invoke your name and your power. Mother.
Mother?
Now, isn't this a surprise?
So this is Mythal.
She is a deceiving witch!
Now, that's quite enough of that.
What have you done to me?
I have done nothing. You drank from the well of your own volition.
Then you are Mythal?
Thank you for coming. I had no idea what to expect.
You see, girl, those are manners, as you require a demonstration.
I do not understand. How can you be Mythal?
Once I was but a woman, crying out in the lonely darkness for justice. And she came to me, a wisp of an ancient being, and she granted me all I wanted and more. I have carried Mythal through the ages ever since, seeking the justice denied to her.
Then, you carry Mythal inside you?
She is a part of me, no more separate than your heart from your chest. You hear the voices of the well, girl. What do they say?
They say you speak the truth.
But what was Mythal? A legend given name and called a god? Or something more? Truth is not the end, but a beginning. A herald indeed, shouting to the heavens, harbinger of a new age. As for me, I have had many names, but you may call me Flemeth.
I know the name Flemeth. It belongs to an ancient Ferelden legend. It says long ago you left your husband for a lover. Your husband then tricked you, killed your lover, and imprisoned you. Then a spirit came to offer you vengeance. Mythal, that's what you spoke of.
One day someone will summarize the terrible events of your life so quickly. But yes, I was that woman. That is how my tale began.
Flemeth appears in other legends, helping heroes for reasons of her own.
I nudge history when it's required. Other times, a shove is needed.
We summoned you because we need your help.
Against the Magister who grasps beyond his reach. Yes, I know. The voices did not lie, Morrigan. I can help you fight Corypheus. Do you understand, child?
Yes. I think I do. Wait!
I wish to see who drank from the Well of Sorrows. It has been a very long time. Imagine my surprise to discover it was you.
And that is all?
A soul is not forced upon the unwilling, Morrigan. You were never in danger from me.
All things considered, Inquisitor, I now wish you had drunk from the well.
Will you be all right?
I am uncertain. What she said is true, at least. I have the answer to your problem. I can match the Archdemon's power when the time comes. All that remains is for you to find Corypheus.
Okay. Beliar. Mission สุดท้ายครับเล่นมันจะจบได้ยังไงนี่กูสุดยอดไปเลยครับตอนแรกกูท้อใจมากเหมือนจะไม่จบแล้วไปเปลี่ยนส่วนหัวแป๊บนึงมันไม่ต้องเลือกก็ได้มั้งเหมือนไม่ใช่อันนี้พอดูไปแล้วมันไม่ค่อยคุ้นเท่าไหร่อันหัวแรกที่ผมเลือกมา อยากจะกลับไปอันนั้นไงแล้วกลับไปเปลี่ยนอีกรอบนึง And every loss and every lie and every shoot did you deny
Handle the merchandise with
and
care
each deny กูร้องมัวแล้วมั้ย And your voice was all I heard but I อันนี้มั้งอันนี้หัวแรก So give me reason to prove me wrong ไม่เขาผมหายอ่ะเดี๋ยวมั่วแล้วอ้าวก็ยังอยู่นี่ว่ะมาแล้วเขาอันนี้แหละอันแรกครับสกายฮอลเดี๋ยวผมลงไปหาอะไรกินแป๊บหนึ่ง commercial break แป๊บหนึ่ง ทำแบบทวิตเตอร์ไม่ได้ก็ขึ้นแม่งตรงกลางจอเดี๋ยวพับจอแป๊บนึงพัก me reason to prove me wrong to watch this many queen Doom upon all the world อันนี้น่าจะเป็นมิชชั่นสุดท้ายแล้วครับโอเคเดี๋ยวลุยเลยเดี๋ยวพักบอกว่าพักก็พักครับ commercial breakติดคำไว้ข้างล่างนะครับเดี๋ยวมา กลับมาแล้วครับกลับมาแล้วฮะเดี๋ยวคือผมไม่แน่ใจว่าเฮ้ยมันจะสตาร์ทมิชชั่นนั้นได้เลยหรือเปล่าหรือว่ามันจะต้องใช้ power เพราะว่าตอนนี้ผมมีแค่9 power เองมันจะทำอะไรไม่ได้เลยดิอาจจะต้องแวะไปเก็บ power ก่อนแน่ๆเลยนั่นไงฮะขอให้มันขอ0โอเค let's go มาถึงมิชชั่นสุดท้าย
Find what you need, Morrigan.
I can match the Darkspawn Magister's dragon. Yes. As for matching Corypheus, that is up to you, Inquisitor.
Believe me, I know.
Then all that remains is to find Corypheus before he comes to us.
We've been looking for his base since all this began, with no success.
His dragon must come and go from somewhere.
Oh, what about the deep roads? We could send word to Orzammar, hire envoys to...
It seems Corypheus is not content to wait.
He's in the Valley of Sacred Ashes?
You either close the breach once more, or it swallows the world.
But that's Magnus. Wouldn't it kill him as well?
Inquisitor, we have no forces to send with you. We must wait for them to return from the Arbor Wilds.
I must go now, before it's too late.
โอ้โหกำลังตื่นเต้นเลยสับคอนเฟิร์มแชปเตอร์สุดท้ายแล้วครับในเกมมันไม่บอกผมต้องไป Google เอาเองครับว่ามันมีกี่มิชชั่นก็มีระบุชัดเจนนะว่า11มิชชั่นเมนมิชชั่นนะซึ่งอันนี้ก็เป็นเมนมิชชั่นสุดท้ายแล้วจบได้สักทีเวนกูก็เบื่อชิบหายเลยถามว่ามันสนุกขนาดนั้นไหมตื่นเต้นนะเนื้อเรื่องตื่นเต้นดีครับแบบเวลาที่มันเข้าฉากคัสซีนอะไรมันทำยิ่งใหญ่แต่เกมเพลย์ผมไม่ค่อยชอบเท่าไหร่อะไรที่มันต้องเรียนรู้แบบต้องเก็บอาวุธนั่นใส่อาวุธนี่ใส่อุปกรณ์ใส่อ็อกเซสซอรี่น่าเบื่อใส่เยอะไปไม่ชอบดีเทลพวกนี้ชอบเหมือนอะไรง่ายๆใส่เข้าไปแล้วก็
Where is
ลุย
your
เลย
maker now? Call him. Call down his wrath upon me. You cannot, for he does not exist. I am Corypheus. I shall deliver you from this lie in which you linger. Bow before your new god and be spared.
Never!
As you wish.
Cassandra.
I knew.
It ends here, Corypheus.
And so it shall.
Woo! แลมเป็ด
You have been most successful in foiling my plans, but let us not forget what you are. A thief in the wrong place at the wrong time, an interloper, a gnat.
We shall prove here, once and for all, which of us is worthy of godhood.
You're not proving anything by talking.
The dragons becomes me.
A dragon! How clever of you! It will avail you nothing. You will fall as a warning to those who oppose my divine will. I shall sear you from the very heavens.
Oh fuck. Hey.
If you desire death, you shall have it.
ไม่โกงไปหน่อยวะ
What do they call you? A Kunari? Your blood is engorged with decay. Your race is not a race. It is a mistake.
What the f หนีอย่างเดียวเลย
I will not stand for this outrage.
โอ้โหไม่สู้กูเลยว่างั้นโอ้มึงโกงละมึงโกงละเฮ้ยไอออนบูมไม่ได้ตายอ่ะกูไปชุบมึงได้ไง
If you desire death, you shall have it.
เฮ้ยโกงว่ะอ้าวอะไรวะปืนแล้วโกงไปไอออนบูมันติดบั๊กอะไรไม่รู้
If you desire death, you shall be slaughtered like your namesake. Big threats. Let's see you back later. Feel my wrath, little wretch. As you wish. shall sear you from the very end.
สุดยิ่งใหญ่อลังการอ๋อมังกรคือไอ้นี่เหรอเฮ้ยมอริแกนไม่จริงนะ Damn it! You son of a bitch!เจ๋งว่ะวู้ฮู้ทะลุคอหอยเนี่ย
Let it end here! Let the skies boil! Let the world be rent asunder!
ขึ้นบันไดเหรอโอ้โหเวนะเฮ้ยทำไมเขาลอยไปเป็นดวงวิญญาณดวงจิตสะดวกรวดเร็วกูนี่ต้องเดินโอ้โหดิฟีสคอลิเฟียสฉากสุดท้ายครับของ Dragon Age Inquisition ตื่นเต้นฮะตื่นเต้นฮะไม่ไปถึงขนาดนี้ได้ไงเนี่ยยอมแพ้ไปหลายรอบแล้วเนี่ยคอลิเฟียสเดี๋ยวซึ่งหลอดนี่เหรอ
The breach is getting bigger! It will endanger the world. We must stop this.
โกงกูตลอดโกงกูตลอดอุ๊ยเคลื่อนที่โอ้มันรถเร็วอะโกงกูตลอดโกงกูตลอดจบสิ้นกันทีไม่ว่าชาตินี้ชาติไหนเล่นจนจบได้ครับสุดยอดไปเลยเสียของเสียของApple of Eden
wanted into the fade.
วิ่งเลยวิ่งปรบมือทำไมจบได้สักทีครับโอ้โหมันทรมานกว่าจะจบได้ครับเกมนี้มันไม่เหมือนเกม The Witcher 3 ที่ผมรู้สึกว่ามันติดอ่ะมันติดพันแล้วมันสนุกไปเรื่อยๆครับมันรู้ว่ามันมี เป้าหมายมีเดินทางอะไรอย่างเงี้ยมันเพลิดเพลินแล้วก็เกมไม่ได้ยากมากแต่อันนี้มันแบบงงๆแล้วอะไรก่อนก้อนหินแตกยอบ
Are you sure? We could take the pieces, try to...
That would not recover what has been lost.
Inquisitor, are you alive?
Victorious, I see. What a novel result. And it seems the breach is finally closed.
Looks that way.
What do we do now?
So last fight แล้วเหรอ
We go back to Skyhold.
จบครับปรบมืออีกครั้งหนึ่งปรบมือให้ตัวเองครับกูฝืนทนมาจนจบได้ยังไงวะเนี่ยตอนแรกคิดว่าจะทิ้งเกมไปโดยที่ไม่น่าจะจบแล้ว Doom upon all the world จบได้โทรฟี่เพียเรสโอเคจะมีฉากอะไรต่อป่ะไม่รู้หรือว่าปิดเลยปิดปุ๊บกูลบเกมทันทีครับไม่เข้ามาเล่นละบ้าบอที่สุดมันก็ไม่ได้สนุกขนาดนี้เกมคอมแบทอะไรรูปแบบการต่อสู้นะแต่ผมไปดูบน YouTube ก็มีคนที่ตั้งใจเล่นแล้วทำเหมือนกับเข้าใจกลไกของเกมอะแล้วเขาก็เล่นได้ดีด้วยนะโจมตีรุนแรงอะไรเงี้ยไปอัปเกรดอาวุธไปใส่ของนู่นของนี่มีคนที่มันเป็นเด็กเนิร์ดแบบศึกษาเกมอย่างจริงจังแล้วเหมือนก็มีคนสนุกแฮปปี้ก็ดีแล้วครับเกมมันมีคุณค่าของมันอยู่เพียงแต่มันอาจจะไม่ใช่แนวที่ผมชอบเท่านั้นเองผมก็ขี้เกียจเรียนรู้เหมือนแบบมอนสเตอร์ฮันเตอร์อย่างเงี้ยผมก็ไม่ค่อยชอบแนวเนี้ยหลายๆคนก็จะชอบใช่ไหมแต่ว่าผมก็ขี้เกียจมานั่งจำอาวุธใส่ท่านู้นท่านี้นะสกิลธาตุอะไรมังกรแพ้ธาตุอะไรอย่างเงี้ยมันเยอะครับวุ่นวายชอบเล่นอะไรง่ายๆโง่ๆอ่ะ Resident Evil อย่างเงี้ยชอบมากที่สุดแล้วยิงอย่างเดียวไม่ต้องคิดอะไรครับInquisitor โอ้โหจะมันยิ่งใหญ่อย่างนี้
A moment, my lady. My agents have found no trace of Solus. He has simply vanished. If he does not wish to be found, there's likely nothing we can do. But I will keep looking.
Why would he just leave? Something must be wrong.
You said he was upset about the orb.
It can't be the only reason.
Now that Corypheus has been defeated, we have a moment to stop and celebrate. Afterwards, you will be busy. Every noble in southern Thedas is clamoring to meet you.
The fighting's over. Why do they want to meet me now?
You're joking, yes? They wish to bask in the glory of your victory, hoping that some of it will rub off on them. Everyone knows Empress Celine owes you her life and her throne. 1,000 problems remain, and your opinion will be sought on each one, whether you wish to give it or not.
as the saying goes, to the victor go the spoils.
They see more than victory. Previously, you were an upstart, a fearsome Kunari in charge of rebels and heretics. Until Corypheus revealed himself, they could not see the single hand behind the chaos. Once he did, they knew. A Magister and a Darkspawn in one creature, the ultimate evil. Now you are the only power left standing. Enjoy the evening while you can, Inquisitor.
Ugh, I should never have hired new caterers so late.
Leave it be, Josie. Everything's fine. It is not!
I'm so sorry, nothing's quite as it should be. Do you like the drinks? I'm not sure about them.
The drinks are fine. It's been a wonderful evening.
I hope you're not just saying that. You're not, are you? What a disaster it was when it was late. The invitations to our guests barely went out at all, and it was so wonderful to prepare for a small banquet instead of the end of the world. Do you know what everyone is talking about tonight, from commoners to kings? Us. Dedas is discussing the successor of the Inquisition.
You played no small part in our rise to power.
You had a role yourself, if I recall correctly. Truly, we will never forget those we lost. But for tonight, to victory.
Enjoying the refreshments? Josephine sent all the way to the capital for the petit four.
I must remember to thank her for her trouble.
She's been craving the cakes from Madame Lucien's shop for months. This celebration gave her the perfect excuse. To you, Inquisitor, for all you've done.
I can't believe it's over. It seemed an impossible task. Defy the Chantry, build the Inquisition from nothing, defeat a creature that would be a god. And yet here we are, celebrating.
So we should be. Defeating Corypheus was no simple task.
He was so confident of his power, he could not conceive of losing.
If he could, he would never have challenged me.
And he would have gone into hiding. Yes, it worked out far better this way. It's odd, isn't it? I was almost certain the Maker was playing some cosmic joke on me, on us all. Yet you were exactly what we needed. No matter what comes next, I will remember that.
ต้องคุยกับทุกคนอ่ะ
I was passing through the hall this morning and a serving girl saw me and squealed. Actually squealed, dropped her laundry and everything. Such a mess. She was completely breathless. You were at the battle with the evil one, weren't you? I didn't even get a chance to answer. She hugged me. Hugged me. This is your influence.
That's what happens when you're a hero.
Is that so? Must be why it's so unfamiliar. Mind you, I can't say I hate the notion of being the good Tevinter. I suppose you can't all be evil bastards. The blacksmith said that, and he spat when we first met. I hope my father hears. He will shit his small clothes from shock, I swear.
You're an example of how noble Tevinter could be.
For some of us, maybe. Back home, they'll be rolling their eyes behind their fans. Meanwhile, they'll conveniently forget the bastards who wanted Corypheus rules. I've decided to stay with the Inquisition. For now.
You will?
Absolutely. There's too much fun to be had. And really, what would you do without me?
That was the Tevinterest Vint in the history of all Vints. The original mold from which subsequent Finns were cast. And I got to help kick the shit out of him. Good times, boss. Good times.
There's no one I would have rather had at my side, Bull.
Same here. I got to kill another dragon and fight a Vint. Those poor bastards on the ground had demons. The Ben Hathrath are still worried about the Inquisition's power. Happy Corypheus is dead, though. I expect they'll call me back for a more detailed report. Not many experts on demons and old magisters under the cube.
I hope the Ben Hathrath appreciate the good work you've done here.
It's not about appreciation under the cube. It's about doing the job, belonging. And we've got some time. Corypheus was a busy guy. I figure we've still got some cleanup work to do. But not tonight. Tonight, we get shit-faced one last time. To us, being alive, and the bad guy's not. Anan.
Am I imagining it? Or do we have a moment to breathe?
Corypheus is definitely gone. I was there.
You should hear the stories they're telling in the barracks. The pride in their voices. Some of the soldiers have requested leave to return home, but many would follow us still. You are proof that the Inquisition has made a difference, and that we will continue to do so.
Our soldiers put their trust in you, Cullen. I appreciate everything you've done.
It's been an honor, truly. I should let you mingle. I'm sure everyone desires your attention. Enjoy the party, Inquisitor.
So now that you've saved the world, what's next? Hoping to put it all back together?
Someone has to fix things. Might as well be me.
If anyone can do it, you can. If you ever need my help, you know where to find me. I'll be ready.
I couldn't come with you. He would have bound me, broken me, made me a monster. But he's dead now. So I'm safe.
I'm glad to hear it.
What happens next? Where do we go?
For tonight, we remind the world and each other that we're alive.
Yes. Because of you. Thank you for letting me stay.
Huh. มันยังมีมิชชั่นต่ออีกมีขึ้นเครดิตหน่อยอะ
'Tis said that Corypheus woke after his long slumber and found the world gone awry. He fought to bring back those days of magic and shadow, to raise himself as a god and set things right. Now, we are left with a scar in the sky to remind us of what almost was. It tells us that a great victory against chaos was won, but left the world forever changed. Consider the mighty empire of Orlais, where Empress Celine remains on her golden throne. The civil war is ended, Gaspar is defeated, but it is said Briala yet plots her return from exile. The Empress now faces a war in the shadows. Elven daggers rule the night, and spies follow her every move. Sadly, Celine soon forgot her gratitude towards the Inquisition. Icy receptions now greet the Inquisition in the Imperial Court, where most prefer that Orlais bow to no one, not even heroes. Thus, many believe that when the tide again turns, Selene will stand alone. The Grey Wardens of the South slowly rebuild in the months following the events at Adamant. They declare it time for the Order to emerge from the shadows, to join the rest of humanity in fighting their ancient foes. Rumors abound that they severed ties with their leaders at Weishaupt, and that a bitter war now rages between them. What becomes of Hawke is unknown, save that all news out of Weishaupt soon ends. Does the sudden silence indicate a battle within, or something far worse? 1 month after the defeat of Corypheus, the Chantry names Leliana as successor to the Sunburst throne. Given the name Divine Victoria, she first declares an end to the Circle of Magi. The Mages will now govern themselves. She opens the priesthood to other races, declares support for the Inquisition, and rededicates the Chantry to the principle of charity. Divine Victoria is controversial from the start. Several new sects arise, resisting her reforms and declaring her rule a threat to the faith. She does not fight them, and it is not long before the Chantry's fractures threaten to tear it apart forever. The Inquisition's mages, the former rebels led by Grand Enchanter Fiona, are left with a choice. When Leliana disbands the circles, they leave the Inquisition and reform the College of Enchanters as a new order. The college, they say, will allow mages of the South to gather in peace and seek new solutions to age-old problems. For the moment, it appears to be working. Mages are enjoying unprecedented acceptance throughout Thedas. And what of the Inquisition itself? It has eyes and ears in every hall. No secrets are beyond its reach, and that knowledge has become the source of its power. I leave Skyhold now, knowing that power will continue to grow. The Inquisitor is a symbol to many, a leader of the changing world order. To others, she has become a target. They linger in the shadows, waiting for their day to come. When it does, the Inquisition shall stand ready.
Job! Accuracy. Job ได้ยังไงวะกูทำไมอันสุดท้ายไม่มีการ์ดวะ My daughter The Chronology โอ้โหเขาเล่นมาจนจบครับยังกับฝันไปเนี่ยจบเกมนี้ได้อะกูท้อถอนใจไปหลายรอบมากๆแล้วมีต่อ
I knew you would come. You should not have given your orb to Corypheus, Red Wolf.
I was too weak to unlock it after my slumber. The failure was mine. I should pay the price. But the people, they need me. I am so sorry.
I am sorry as well, old friend.
Oh. เกิดอะไรขึ้นไอโซล่ามึงชั่วจริงๆ ไอ้เลวสาวไว้ใจมึงมาตลอดแหมทำเป็นหักมุมตอนท้ายแล้วไงต่อนี้ตกลงกูยังไงดิกูจะได้เคลื่อนไหวเคลื่อนควบคุมอะไร The Inquisitor 16 นาฬิกากับอีกประมาณ15 นาทีนะฮะเดี๋ยวผมจะไปเล่นพาราดินละจบไว้เพียงเท่านี้ครับแล้วพอออกจากตรงนี้ไปผมก็คงจะลบเกมทิ้งทันที พอแล้วแค่นี้ก็พอแล้วเอาให้จบเนื้อเรื่องได้ครับโอเคไปแล้วฮะก็คงจะเซฟไว้ตรงนี้อ่ะเซฟก่อนมึงหมุนไม่หยุดเลยเวนแล้วตกลงว่าเพื่อนเรามันหายไปโซล่าหายไปครับหายจากทีมกูสาอัพมึงให้มีฮิลได้เวนนะสรุปใช้เวลามาทั้งหมด36 ชั่วโมงครับในการเล่นจบโอ้โหผมจำได้ว่าตั้งแต่ตอนเริ่มเล่นช่วงเดือนต้นเดือนหลังปีใหม่มาหรือว่าก่อนปีใหม่ก็จำไม่ได้เหมือนกันครับต้นเดือนมกราคมเริ่มมากว่าจะสิ้นสุดได้คือ20 กุมภาพันธ์นะใช้เวลาเกือบ2 เดือนแต่ผมก็หายไปหลายวันนะคือตลอดช่วงเวลาที่เล่นไม่ได้เล่นต่อเนื่องเพราะเกมมันน่าเบื่อมากครับก็หายไปหลายวันอยู่จำได้ว่าก่อนปีใหม่คือผมก็เล่นเกมThe Witcher 3 กว่าจะจบได้รอไปวันที่26 27ประมาณวันที่26 ธันวาคมแล้วหลังจากนั้นผมก็ไปติดอะไรนะ PUBG เล่น PUBG นะครับโอเคเดี๋ยวผมออกแล้วสิ้นสุด